Yeah. Hold on.
It shows recording. Okay. Hey, everybody. I'm Misty Maynard, Double Diamond, and we have Brooke Tomatich, our Ambassador Diamond, with us, and Kayla Herndon, Presidential Diamond. Haven't gotten used to saying Presidential Diamond yet for you, Kayla. So we wanted to pull y'all together tonight, and like we talked about earlier, this is going to be a very raw talk. I don't candy coat stuff a lot. Brooke always gets upset with me sometimes because I'm supposed to be like, you can do it. And I'm like, go do it. But anyways, so we're just going to really have a heart-to-heart talk tonight. When we were in Atlanta, all I heard from the VIP was how Mark really just, and Pam were hitting home and really talking. So I'm going to let Brooke talk a little bit about that tonight. But also she is going to talk about really how she had an amazing warm market when she first started this business. And so really talking about how she worked within her warm market, and then also how events helped her business take off, and how it brought her her sideline sisters. So Kayla, if you want to mute us, because I'm going to have my kids run in here in a crazy hot second, and we will go to Brooke.
Okay, hold on, Misty.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Brooke. Oh, crap.
Keep yourself open, Kayla, if you want to.
Okay, you're good. We can hear you.
Hey guys. First off, so proud of y'all. I know that it's crazy that I don't know some of you, and you are rock stars. I really want to get to know everybody. I'm really excited for y'all to have that same problem here soon, where you have a lot of people and such incredible leaders that, you know, you have such layered leadership that you really can count on them to reach down and make sure everybody is getting the attention they need. So I'm really excited they asked me to be on tonight so I could see some of your faces. They said that you're very special people that are on this, that are really actually go-getters and wanting to promote. So that's why I was kind of flipping through here. I want to know y'all's names and see who's on here. And I know some people from our Diamond or Best page are on here too. Okay, so Misty wanted me to just share kind of how I got started, and just kind of the talk that we had this past weekend in Atlanta. So when I got started, I knew nothing about network marketing. This was not something that I'd ever heard about really, besides like Mary Kay, and I just thought that like old ladies did that. Like that's just not something at all I'd studied or knew anything about. So the girl that worked really hard to sign me up, she quit about a month after she signed me up. So I had nobody to help me. I didn't really get to know some of my uplines until probably about 6 months in. And so I had no kind of plan of action. We didn't have steps to success when I joined. So I just pretty much talked about the wraps and how much I love them. I was a hairstylist, so when I would wrap people, it would definitely be because I'd be doing their hair or because I ran into them, or on Facebook. I was not a Facebook whiz. I just started posting. I didn't care what people thought, and they weren't advertisement posts. They were, hey, look, here's my wrap results, or here's somebody else's wrap results, or hey, I'm going to be at Starbucks today. And y'all, I lived at Starbucks. That was my office, and I would go in there and people would just come in, throughout the day, and I'd wrap them in the bathroom. I'd sit in front of them and do the party pad presentation. It really was my warm market. Pretty much every single person I had sign up in the beginning were people that I personally wrapped. So I know that's not the case for some people, but I didn't have the advantage that a lot of you have, that you know how to do Facebook and all the Instagram stuff, and that you have people to kind of tell you what works and what doesn't work, because there isn't one blanket statement of what works and what doesn't work. I think I'm always going to be the kind of person that just comes across as being a million times more sincere in person, and I'm more comfortable talking to people face to face, more than I ever am on Facebook, sending back and forth messages. So work in your strengths. That is so important, to work in your strengths. My strength was face to face, belly to belly, warm market. But if you are totally awkward talking to people face to face and you're way better messages, do that. So I just don't want you to pigeonhole yourself into one way that you can market this, though. I constantly am trying to get better at doing Facebook. But one thing that I've kind of got away from that I'm punching myself in the face for is actually going up to people and blitzing and making sure that I am not letting somebody go past me that could be my next rock star. I've kind of gotten away from that. So that is my personal thing that I'm really working on, is making sure that I am handing out those blitz cards. Y'all, Stephanie Dunn, she probably hands out 100 blitz cards a week at least. She's number one in the company, and she's doing that. Nobody's too good to blitz. Nobody has arrived too much that they don't need to be doing wrap parties. And that was kind of the tone set for Atlanta. Mark, he is a coach by nature, but he was kind of giving us like a halftime talk, like we were down, and it's one of the first times I'd really seen him not be disappointed. He's not that kind of person, but just like, listen, you're taking a break. Take a break 5 years from now when you've completely built your team and, there's not this opportunity that there is right now. Right now is not the time to take a break. This is your job. Go and do it. You have not arrived yet. You have not even scratched the surface yet. Stephanie Dunn, number one earner, Black Diamond, has not scratched the surface yet. We are still only at 150,000 active paid distributors. Think about how many millions of people are in the world. We're just now opening up in new countries. We're still coming out with so many different products. We haven't seen anything yet. And Mark looked us right in the eye and he said, I'm not trying to be another, Avon or another, Advocare or anything like that. Advocare is still in the same numbers as us. They haven't hit 1 billion yet. He said, I want to be like another Amazon. I want our products to be so second nature that we are having Amazon numbers, and we will have Amazon numbers. Y'all, and he has never, ever said something that was going to happen that hasn't come true. He is a visionary, and I really believe that it has a lot to do with Cindy. I mean, Cindy Pentecost is one of the most anointed people I've ever met in my life. She just speaks things into existence, and she believes in them so much. And her and Mark, they really are just such a dream team. We got to have dinner with them when Danielle and I went for our Gives Back trip to the Batillos, and they're never sitting there with any kind of worry or any kind of fear that anything won't happen. They know it is. They are out there right now. They've got a ranch in an island. They are doing millions of dollars of renovations at the ranch to be able to start having people out there and at the island. And there's not even a diamond in the group that they're not thinking is going to be at that ranch or that island. They know that everybody who wants to be in this company and is going to be loyal and really work in this company, they're all going to be at the top, because there is enough room in this compensation plan for every single person to make $1 million a month. Think about that. That's how they have created this compensation plan. So he said, we want you all to be thinking beyond Black Diamond. That's why we've created these products, this compensation plan. We're not going anywhere. So, when it comes to promoting, guys, when I was promoting those months hardcore, I was not getting a lot of sleep. Every single night that I was home, I'd be pissed I wasn't doing a wrap party. I was hungry. I was so hungry, and I'm still hungry. But I remember, from Diamond up to Ambassador, I didn't have a spare second to waste because I was getting Ambassador. So I know every single person on this call is going for a promotion, and whether it be Ruby all the way up to Ambassador Diamond, it takes consistency. I mean, that really is what it boils down to. I had to sit there with that chart in front of my face. So I knew exactly which boxes I needed to fill. I knew exactly how much volume I needed. And there wasn't a second going by that I wasn't keeping that forefront in my mind of, okay, I know that I need another Ruby under her. And we were working together and working hard. And guys, quit working with deadbeats. You can't bring the dead to life. Okay? Just quit. You've got to find those people that are hungry and want this with you. And if you haven't found them yet, this is always going to be a rejuvenation business where you're constantly bringing in new blood. That's how this business is. So you can't ever blame it on people if you feel like they're dragging you down or they're not working their business, because you need to always be bringing new people in. Right now it really is a quantity over quality. And then you're going to find those quality people that come in and they have the same hunger and passion as you. and you only need 5 of those. And to get diamond, you only need 2 of them. So, you know, you've got to find your own hunger and passion. And I really spent a lot of time wanting it for people a million times more than they wanted it. And I know Misty doesn't mind, but, you know, Misty and Krista, they both joined around the same time. And, you know, they both joined, I feel like, just because they know how crazy I am and they love me and they were close to me. So they're like, okay, we'll do it, whatever, to help you. But neither one of them did crap for 6 months. They really didn't. I don't think neither one of them got a loyal customer. So
no, I got 4 loyals, and I got my 4th loyal by default on day 30. Like, I didn't even know she signed up. And then a couple days later, it showed up that I had $120 in free product credit. And I was like, what the crap? Like, how did I get that? They must have felt sorry for me.
You got a ghost loyal already?
I got a ghost loyal.
Oh, lucky.
Yeah. And then month 6, my 23rd day of month 6, I signed my first DT.
Okay. So, you know, it wasn't that I completely just gave up on them and never kept them in the loop, but you better believe I wasn't including them in my charts. Nope. But I'll never forget, they both around the same time sent me a message like, okay, we're ready to do this. So, you know, there's something to be said about that. I kept them in the loop. I made sure that they knew what was going on, but I was not going to count on them having to drag them along with me. I wanted them to be doing it with me. So, you know, I think that's definitely something to be said with promotion. Quit dragging dead people with you. There are way too many people out here that have never heard of this that are so hungry for money.
Yeah, I heard Stephanie Dunn one time say, and if my internet starts cutting out, y'all tell me. I heard Stephanie Dunn one time say that everybody that comes into your business is $100 bonus until they prove themselves otherwise. Like, you look at them as if they're $100 bonus. If they do something more, that's great. If they don't, you're not just going, oh, this is my person that I have to get this. Like, they're $100. That's it. And then if they decide to work and if they decide to go for it, then that's awesome. So, Brooke, will you talk about events? We're going to have conference opening up, and Brooke's going to have to jump off in a minute. So we're going to continue to talk a lot more about promotions and about recruiting and everything. But I know Brooke's going to have to jump off because she's in the middle of moving. So she just joined us real quick. But what have events done for you?
Okay, so I said, you know, that Misty hadn't done anything for 6 months. Well, I was double diamond, and she was really just starting her business again after 6 months. And she said, hey, I just bought my ticket to Seattle. You're going to come with me. And I was like, to the boot camp? That's what they used to call the ItWorks use. I'm like, ew, that is so dorky. I'm not going to go to events. That's so weird. Who would do that? I don't even own a shirt. That's so weird, Misty. She's like, well, you're coming. And so
she had on neon green pants. It was awesome.
Yeah. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I hate these things. This is going to be so weird. You know, because I always like to play it cool and be like, yeah, I make a little bit of money, but I haven't drank the Kool-Aid, you know. So it's my first time ever flying on a plane by myself. I was so scared. Guys, I walked across that stage as Double Diamond and watched those people on stage as ambassadors and how much they had changed their life. It completely changed my whole entire perspective about everything. And I left there on so much fire that I was like, there's no way I'm not going to be up on that white couch. And by my next event, I was a triple diamond, you know, and then went all the way up to ambassador. So events are so important because I don't know if y'all think this way, but before I went to an event, it was kind of like I was having to go on my own belief. Like, okay, I know I love these products. I know this company is, you know, somewhat legit, but I feel like I need an adult to tell me that. You know what I mean? Like somebody who is actually like has some skin in the game. And when I sat there and listened to Mark say that he leveraged his house to keep this company afloat in the beginning and that they gave up everything to make this company work and they're here today and, you know, have all they have and all they've been able to accomplish, I'm like, that's legit. And these are people that picked up and moved from Michigan to Florida when they opened up the company in Florida. I mean, they're almost their whole entire corporate believed in this company that much, and they did that. So, you know, I think there's just definitely something to be said about that. And once you are around a room full of 3,000 to 20,000 people that, you know, have cashed in all their chips with this company. They believe in this company. They love this company so much. And you just see how legitimized it is. For me, that really lit me on fire. And does that make sense what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'll tell y'all, the funniest thing was when me and Brooke went to our first conference. It was Susan had her team, and it was just me and Brooke. And now seeing like how many people on her team, it's ridiculous. And I remember, and Brooke was like, and Jake didn't even come. Like, he went and played golf the whole time, and we were sneaking him into the after parties and stuff. And I remember she looked at me and she was like, I'm going to get, can y'all hear me? Is my internet going out?
No, you're good.
Okay. She was like, I'm going to get triple diamond, and then I'm going to get presidential. And I remember, like, after she got out of the car, I looked at David and I was like, she ain't going to get that, because I still didn't have the belief. And then it was crazy because she went triple. And then, you know how I said, and Krista didn't come to conference. Both of us, month 6 had nothing, and month 10 we were both double diamonds. So that's how fast it happens. Like, I know there's a lot of people on this call right now that you're going, well, I don't even have a distributor. Well, who cares? Like, start now. Start today. Today's your day. Like, this is when it changes. Because once you hit that momentum, and most of y'all have not hit that momentum, to tell you the honest to God truth, I haven't even hit the whole momentum in my business. Like, it's going to go crazy fast. So, Brooke, what have you gotten out of, I know that there's a bunch of people on here that they just know people underneath them. They don't have Sideline Sisters. I know that Sideline Sisters has been, you know, key for Kayla and I mean, I know it's been key for you.
Yeah, I mean, at these events, that's obviously I have, you know, my team, but I'll never forget actually meeting my Sideline Sisters, which is somebody who's not on your team. And these people have become my family. I mean, of course I have all of you, but there's something to be said for people that you would never know if it weren't for ItWorks that end up becoming like a sister to you. And I mean, these are my people when I'm down that I call that I know have absolutely nothing to do with my business. They're not my upline. They're not my downline. And that they are telling me something that is so completely right down the middle. You know, it really is important. And people that just can give you different perspectives on things and give you different ideas on things, a lot of contest ideas, a lot of building ideas, because we really are one team, one mission. You need that. And, you know, that's why I've really been asking y'all to come back to Climb to Diamond. I mean, I know people break off and do their own pages sometimes. I know leaders have pages, but we need one big page that everybody can come to and really get to know their sidelines. So not only can you pour into people, but they can pour into you too. Like, that is so important. So I'm really trying to focus on Climb to Diamond. You know, I just think that's really important for everybody to be able to get in there and be able to bounce ideas off each other. Does that answer your question, Misty?
Yes. All right. We're going to let Brooke get back to packing some boxes.
Sorry for myself. Hey, we're at Saunders' house now. Remember this room?
Yeah.
We're having to stay at Mom's house because all our bedding stuff is packed.
I'm sure she's loving that.
Yeah.
I'm sure Sandra's not complaining.
Just like, bring those babies. All right. Thank you, Brooke. We love you.
All right, guys.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Okay, so I am going to talk about recruiting. And Kayla is going to talk about, once you have your people in, about promoting itself. So we want to sort of give y'all like the timeline. Brooke talks about, you know, all the other stuff around it. But okay, so now you're going out and you're trying to find people. If you have not listened to Denise Walsh's Zoom from today, oh my gosh. You guys, I took like 7 pages of notes. I was just going down, and every time she would say something, I was like pausing it and going and going and going. It wasn't a Zoom, it was FaceTime Live, but it's on her page. So just go to Denise Walsh, and you'll see her Zoom. I think Mark shared it. She's a black diamond with the company. I think she's Kayla, is she number 2 or 3 now? Anyways, she knows what she's doing. She's got her stuff together. Oh, you put it on there. I was like, what is that came across there? I'm technically challenged. Anyways, okay. So one thing that I have, and I'll tell you guys, I'm not like a huge major recruiter or anything, but I've gotten to Double Diamond. So obviously I know, how to get there. And I know the majority of you guys are trying to get to Ruby, or you have people that you're trying to help them get to Ruby. So what I would tell you to do is you have to take massive action. You cannot just sit there and say, and this was something that was really brought to light in Atlanta, is I was telling my team when they joined, okay, you need to reach out to 5 to 10 people a day. Like, that's really good. Reach out to 5 to 10 people, new people that you're talking to. Make sure you're following up with all your leads and everything. And then I went and had dinner with Susan Wade, who, I mean, by far, I would say she's a recruiting queen. I mean, the chick has built herself to ambassador, has built Michael to presidential, and has built a second leg underneath her, her ambassador 2.0 to presidential. So I would say we can all agree that she knows what she's doing about business. And so I asked her, I was like, what are you doing? And she says, I talk to 75 people at minimum a day. And I about crapped on myself. And I was like, how in the world are you even finding 75 people to talk to? And she said, well, there's a couple different ways. One of the things that she uses a lot of is Facebook ads. And my little girl's just walked in, so it's going to get crazy in a minute. Facebook ads is one thing that she does all the time. Some of you guys will want to do Facebook ads. It does cost money, so some of you will not want to do Facebook ads. But the great thing about Facebook ads is that you do have to have a business page, and there's videos out there about how to set up a Facebook ad itself. But it's going to help you reach a lot more people than you're going to reach off of your personal page. It is what it is. With those, it takes a lot of time. You're going to have a lot of people that you're going to have to get through. So just know that off the bat. But you're going, say that it brings you that 75 people a day that you need to talk to. So it's going to give you just a huge audience out there of people that you can of people that you can weed through to talk to about the business or about the products itself. So she runs a business page. Told you it's going to get crazy. David. She runs a business ad and she runs a product ad. So I would tell you, look into Facebook ads. That's going to be one way that you can do it. I set mine up for $5 a day. Now, there are specific days that I do not run my ad, because the thing about those ads is that you have to answer the people back pretty much immediately, and you want to be on a computer, not on your cell phone. So there's not a lot of times that I'm sitting, full 8 hours. So you can pause the ad, but do it on days that you know that you're going to be somewhat distraction free, because you want to be able to, I'm going to let you answer questions, Kayla, because I can't read and talk at the same time. You want to be able to make sure you have enough time set aside. A second thing that I have started doing is I create email lists. All of my loyal customers, all of my potentials, anyone that I have ever talked to about the business, I'm going in and I'm getting their email. So if they're a customer, the easiest way to get it is go on eSuites, go into Tree Viewer. You can pull up, click on loyal customers, the top right hand corner, and you can pull up all your loyal customers and it will show their information if you click on account. So you can create a mass email. So anytime there's these promotions, I'm able to send one email and it goes out to everybody. I don't have to sit there and send tons and tons and tons and tons of emails. So that's one way that you're going to be able to use it on these promotions. The next way is you just have to start talking to people. Denise said it best. We're in the asking business. Avery, go to bed upstairs. Get your iPad, go. We are in the asking business. That's what our job is. So if you are not asking people, if they are interested in making extra money from their cell phone, you're not doing your job. It's plain and simple. If you're wondering why you don't have people on your team, when's the last time you asked someone to be on your team? Chances are, if you are not physically inviting them to be on your team, they're not going to join. in the last 3 years that I've been in it, I have had probably 6 people that just randomly messaged me and said, hey, I'm interested in ItWorks. 6 people in 3 years. You could barely build yourself to Ruby by that. And that's over 3 years. So all those people are not even still in the business. So you can't think, okay, well, I'm going to post and these people are going to come to me. Posting is not enough, you guys. Posting is an advertisement. So you have to look at it as if McDonald's just ran an advertisement, but no one showed up to work, they would not be McDonald's. And that's what we do with our businesses, is that we post something and it's like, oh, there's an advertisement. This is what I'm doing. Come join me. And then no one shows up at the restaurant to work. And you can't do that. You have to show up for work every single day. One of the things that Denise was talking about on that on the Facebook Live was that, this summer a lot of us took a break. I mean, I could probably ask y'all to raise your hand who took a break, and I would have to raise my hand because I just had a baby. I mean, there's so many. I got to put the pacifier in. Wait a minute. Hey, go put his pacifier in. There's so many of us that just sort of, took a break. We're with our kids, relax a little bit. So what happens when it comes promotion time, and we're promoting this deal, is that there's a lot of us that do not have a lot of leads right now because we took a break. And when you take a break, your leads go to pit. So the way that you're going to go out there and get leads is you have to start wrapping people. Get back to the product that gets people excited. And the wraps is what gets people excited. You can see instant result. Come here, say hi. I have to let my daughter say hi so she'll go away. Okay. Yes. Go away. Love you. Good night.
Bye.
So you're going to have to go out there and start wrapping people. This afternoon when I was just thinking about things that I wanted to say and everything, I've had a lot of people on our team especially say, well, I can't afford the wraps. I can't afford the products. You guys, if you're a wrap girl and you don't have wraps, that's like being a hairstylist with no scissors. Think about it. If you're a wrap girl and you do not have wraps, it's like being a hairstylist with no scissors. You've got to have the product that you need to put on people. So get out there, start wrapping people. That's the way that you're going to get business. Ask them, hey, are you interested in making extra money from your cell phone? Are you interested in trying it? How does Denise say it? Did you hear her? She says, are you interested in trying it, or are you interested in making money while you try it? So start using that. Are you interested in trying it? Are you interested in making money while you try it? And then from there, just run with it. Ask people for referrals. Ask them, hey, do you know someone? That's like an easy way to sort of go, to feel like you're not really asking them, but you are. Do you know someone that would be interested in trying a wrap or making money from their cell phone? Like, ask for those referrals and then book the parties. I have so gotten away from doing parties. I remember at the very beginning when I was promoting, like we were doing a lot of parties, and I was helping our team do parties. I was doing my own parties, and I got away from it because I thought I had arrived because I hit double diamond. Well, guess what? I ain't black diamond yet, and I ain't number one, so I hadn't arrived. And Stephanie Dunn, who is like number one, she is arrived, and she still does wrap parties. She still does the same basic things, steps to success, every single freaking month. So why do we think, oh, well, we hit double diamond or triple diamond or presidential diamond or ruby or whatever, well, now our team can do it. And if you have that mentality, I will tell you from personal experience, because we have rebuilt our team 3 times. I would almost say 4 because I feel like we're rebuilding it again right now. You're going to be rebuilding really quickly. Like, it will fall apart on you because you feel like your team is going to do it and you don't have to. It's not how it happens. There was an ambassador diamond at the VIP this weekend that said to Pam Souder, when Pam was talking about doing wrap parties, she said, well, I'm an ambassador diamond. I'm not going to do wrap parties. And Pam was like, you need to do your freaking job, and basically went off on her. And so she's saying that to an ambassador, guys, you got to realize that, like, none of us have a ride. We all need to be getting up, going to work every single day. So talk to people while you're out in public. I told my team this the other day when I did a video, is that social media, I did not use social media when I got into this business. I was sort of like Brooke. I got on social, like I had a Facebook account, but I think I had like 120 friends, and it was basically people from church. And I had not posted only 2 times in 6 months. So when y'all are going out there looking for people to recruit, I would have been the last person you would have looked for on social media because I just didn't use it. So what I'm like, I didn't know what all to do on social media, but what I was really good at was talking to people. David told everyone, she could sell ice to an Eskimo. Like, I just talked to people, and it wasn't that I was trying to sell them. It was just I could have that just like warm, genuine connection with people. And then I got on social media, and it screwed me over so bad. Like, and I really think it has messed you guys up some too. I think it does with everybody. Is that you are so focused on you can be whoever you want to be on social media, but when you get really in front of someone, you don't know who in the crap you are. And you don't know what you stand for, and you don't know what is what. And like half of the pictures that all of us use aren't even us. Like, you've got to get back to the basics. Let people see you. Let people see who you really are, good and bad. Like, it's okay if you look like this all the day. It's fine. Like, people aren't going to sign up with you because you're well manicured. Like, they don't care. It's not about you. It's about their business and what this can do for them. So keep that in mind. Like, I have made myself here lately get out of my house. I would be in my house all the time. I have a 7-week-old, almost, oh my gosh, he's going to be 8 weeks and 2 days. That's insane. And so, like, I haven't been out of my house a lot. I've just been, doing my thing and everything, and been using social media a lot. And so I've made myself get out of the house, and it has been very uncomfortable. The person that could talk to anybody, it's like awkward. And so I've just been trying to strike up conversations. But as you do it, the more that you do it and you're just genuine with people and just talk to them about them, do not go into it thinking they're going to be a loyal, they're going to be a distributor. If you go into it that way, they're going to be neither. You need to just get to know the person. You can get to know a person over a 3 or 4 minute conversation. It's not like it has to be a month-long conversation before you say something. I'm going to leave you with this, and then like a way that I actually was talking to someone while we were in Atlanta, just an example, and then I'm going to pass it over to Kayla to talk about, okay, now you have people in place. Maybe some of you guys already have people in place, or you have a team in place. She's going to talk about exactly what to do and what it takes to promote. So we were in Atlanta for the ItWorks shoe, which was awesome. Again, get to those events. I cannot tell you how critical they are. Whenever I feel like I'm going through a funk, like I wasn't going to Atlanta, and the night before I was like, I've got to get to Atlanta. And we just got up and took our 7-week-old and just drove there. I nursed literally on the back wall the whole time. Hannah and Jess can tell you. Like, I was sitting on the floor, nursing, listening to everybody. But that's what it took. Like, I needed that for myself. So we went to the varsity afterwards because, that's what you do. You leave a healthy ItWorks event and you go eat at the varsity. But it was really good. So we went and ate at the varsity after, and there was a girl sitting across from me, and I, honest to God, thought she was one of my Facebook friends, but I didn't know who she was. And so I just said, hey, are you from Nashville? And she was like, no. And I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, you look like one of my Facebook friends. I don't know who the girl is, but I see your stuff on my wall all the time. And she was like, no, I'm from Texas. And so we just started up a conversation just about, I have some girls in Prosper, Texas, close to her, blah, blah, blah. Okay. And, we just started having these like just random conversations. And then at the end, I said, hey, are you on Facebook? Because like whenever I travel to, your area, Dallas and Texas, I'd like to get some, good hits on where to go. And she's like, oh yeah, girl. That's how easy it is. I said nothing about ItWorks. I said nothing about the business. And y'all are like, but that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. But as soon as she walked over, what did I have on? I had on an ItWorks shirt. And she goes, oh my gosh, you sell those like skinny wrap stuff. I had a girl that sold it one time and she doesn't do it anymore. And so instantly she brought up the business and I was like, yeah. So now she has been liking and like commenting on some of my stuff that I put about ItWorks. So it is a lead way for me to talk to her now. But I wasn't headhunting her. I was. Let's be honest. I was. But I wasn't thinking she's going to be loyal. She's going to be a distributor. I wasn't like, I know some of y'all when it gets close to promotion time and you're like, I just need that one person. I want to go into Walmart and everybody watch out. Like everybody that I pass is going to become a distributor and everybody I pass is going to become a loyal. And you walk in and you look like the ravaged person that's just like, and you can't be that way. You have to be that person that genuinely cares what someone's doing. Okay. Kayla, all you, baby.
Okay, I was just going to piggyback off that. People can sense that too. Like when you are out there and you're on social media or whatever and you're like, I need one more person for my team. Like people can sense that and it makes it look like you don't care about them, that you just want it for yourself. So, really make sure that people know that it's not just about you and what you need, but you are really trying to help other people change their lives in this business. So, what was I talking about? Promoting?
And Kayla, I'll piggyback off of, I'll piggyback off of what you said real quick is that, Denise Walsh, for some reason I want to call her Marsha. I have no freaking idea, but I want to call her Marsha. Anyways. I know. It's like, ugh. Anyway, so Denise Walsh, she said today, if you say things like, I'm looking for one more person, phrase it as, I have one spot left to mentor someone to help them and their family get $500 for Christmas. Like, you have to phrase it to, you're looking to help someone, not, I need one more person to fill, one more person and then I'm Ruby or whatever. So. Okay, Kayla, you're going to talk about what it takes to promote, and we're basically going to talk when me and Kayla were talking earlier. We're going to talk about what it takes to promote to Ruby, because if you know how to promote to Ruby, you're going to know how to promote to every single what is it called? Rank. Every single rank within our company, because all it is rubies. So, Kayla, tell what it actually takes to promote to Ruby.
Okay, so when I signed up, I went Ruby my first month. There was not a bonus. There was no Ruby bonus or anything like that. But we just needed that $500 a month. Like, we were broke. And so I knew that if I could hurry up and go Ruby and make that $500 a month, that would just be such a big difference in our family. So when I got started, my mind was set for Ruby. I was like, I'm going to go Ruby. I need $500 a month. I saw that Ruby chart. I had no idea what I was doing. It took me almost a year to figure out even how to chart. Misty's the one that showed me how to chart, and I'd already signed up like 30 people on my top line. Don't do that. And so once I figured out how to chart, it made everything so much easier. And I just flew from diamond pretty much to presidential. It wasn't easy, but it made it easier once I kind of understood more how to chart. So if you're going for Ruby, what I would say to you is print off your Ruby chart. Okay. You have to have that visual. You can't just wake up and say like, I need to assign 3 people to go Ruby. Like, you really need to print it off. It's in your documents tab in your eSuite. So have that visual, put it on your refrigerator, have something to where you're seeing it every single day. And if you need 3 boxes to fill, go out there and find those 3 people. Like, don't wait for someone else to do it. I think that's one of the biggest things. We sign up, like if you're going for Ruby, you'll sign up, your first 3. And then you'll say, okay, well, my best friend over here, Misty, she's going to be my executive. So once she gets her 2 people, then I'll be Ruby. So some of you might be thinking that. But what I would just challenge you to do instead is to just look at that Ruby chart. Okay, I need 5 people to go Ruby. And go out there and get all 5 people. Don't wait for someone to go executive. Don't wait for someone else to take off. Like, if it happens, great, you're lucky. But chances are it might not. And so with every single promotion, what I've done is I've just looked at my chart and I've said, how many spots, how many boxes do I need to fill to promote? I didn't look at who needs to go Ruby, who needs to go Emerald, who do I need to depend on to make sure, that they do their job. Like, I just look at my boxes. If I have 15 boxes to fill, and I'll tell myself, I've got to go find 15 distributors. That's exactly what I did when I promoted to triple. I went to conference. I think was it my first conference? Yeah, it was my first conference in January. I went as a double diamond, and I came back from conference, and I was so fired up. And I looked at my chart, and they had just come out with the double bonuses or whatever. And so for triple diamond, it was like a $50,000 bonus. And so I remember I came back from conference, and I was like, I'm getting that bonus. I'm going to get it. I looked at my chart. I had like 34 boxes to fill. I think like between 30 and 34. I can't remember the exact number. But I just hauled butt, and the month after conference, I signed 15, and the second month I signed 17. And so I filled my chart myself, and I went triple. My husband went double, and we earned, the $80,000 in bonuses. So I'm telling you guys, like, stop waiting around for someone else to do it. Like, if you know that you need 5 boxes to fill to go Ruby, get your butt out there and find 5 people, and then just keep finding more people. I think that would be my biggest piece of advice for actually promoting.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when Kayla, I showed Kayla how to chart, and Kayla showed me how to fill my chart in. I will definitely say that we balance each other out really well, because I knew how to put people in places. I just didn't have the right people in the right places. So even though, like, I love what she said, because she needed people to fill her spots. And when I was looking at stuff, I already had people in my spots, but those people were not working. Mm-hmm. And I want to tell you this. And so if you've been in the business for a while, the people that get you to executive are going to get you to Ruby. But the people that get you to Ruby will not get you to Emerald. And the people that get you to Emerald will not get you to Diamond. And the people that get you to Diamond are probably not even going to be on your team when you go to Double Diamond. Like, it is what it is. I have 3 diamonds underneath me that are no longer even doing anything. One just runs her auto shipment, and she's an executive every month. Another one, she's had some stuff, like she has her own other business and everything. But you guys, you can't just think that the people that are on your team are going to be on your team for forever. They're not. Mm-hmm. And I know that. And so what you have to find is it doesn't matter where they are, how deep or where they are. You want to find people that want to work, and those are the ones that you work with. And those are the ones that get your time. And everybody else, you just put where you need to put. Like, it is a business. You have to look at it. I always go back to McDonald's, but if somebody came in and they wanted to be hired, what's that manager going to do? They're going to put them where they need to be. And that's the exact same way that you have to run your business. It's a business. So Kayla, told me, well, I have 15 people I have to sign up. And then she signed up 15 people. And I was like, what the crap are you doing? Like, what kind of drugs are you giving these people to sign up and everything? And, the great part is that, she had built herself really up on Instagram. And I know you got a lot of stuff through Instagram, Kayla, and you got a lot of stuff through Facebook. And then, Kayla and Jason are great about when they're out in public, just talking to people. And I remember at conference, we were riding in the Uber with them, and they started talking to the guy that drove Uber. And I was like, I want to sign up on your team. They just came across as just so nice and genuine, and just you should do this. And.
Yeah. And you just have to have that fire in your belly. You can't make your why be your excuse. I hear excuses every single day from potentials or just people I'm talking to. I don't have the money, I'm pregnant, I have kids, whatever. We've all been there. When I went triple, I was pregnant. When I went presidential a couple months ago, I was pregnant. I'm still pregnant. I feel like I've been pregnant.
Never ending baby.
but yeah, I'm going to be having a baby next month. And you just have to like, and you know, we're all tired. We're moms, we're maybe college students, or, you know, we have other jobs that we're working. When I started this business, I was working full time with a newborn. Like I was exhausted, but I knew that we needed $500 a month and I was going to do whatever I had to do to go Ruby. So, you know, you have to be willing to do whatever you've got to do to make it happen. You know, when I hear people and I'm like, you can go Ruby this month, you have one box to fill. And they say like, well, I'm trying. And I'm like, okay, like that's fine. Like you can tell me you're trying, but like, what are you doing to make it happen? Because just saying like you're trying and then just sitting back and like hoping for someone to sign up, like that's not going to cut it. Like you've got to get out there and make it happen. Like do whatever you've got to do, whether it's social media, whether it's like Brooke said earlier, going to Starbucks and wrapping people, you know, put that wrap back on people, wrap your husband, wrap yourself, just to get that belief again. And then, you know, like I said, you just like, I always just believe that if you want something bad enough that you're going to do whatever you have to do to make it happen. Like, because I've been there, like I've so been there, you guys. Like, I know without this business, I have to go back to work. Like we can't live off one income. Like I know that. And so whenever there are days where I'm tired or I just don't feel like getting on social media or whatever, I remember that. Like if I don't make this work, if this doesn't work, like I go back to work and Hudson goes to a full-time daycare. And that's the reason why I joined this business, so I could be home with him. So you've got to remember your why, and that has to be what drives you to keep going.
Yeah. Okay. So we're getting close to time. So I want to wrap it up real quick. And the last thing that I want to talk about is something that was really thrown in my face the other day when I went to go talk with Susan is, I'll be honest with you guys. It has been so hard for me after I've had this baby. Like, you know that when I left Bank of America, it says I'm unstable.
You're good now.
I know I'm unstable. Okay. I don't need my computer telling me I'm unstable. I'm already aware of that. That's why I take Confianza. See, plugs. It's all about plugs. So anyways, after, I got cut from Bank of America, I got a severance. And so my severance ran out in February. So ItWorks has been 100% what I make since February. And Kayla knows I have had ups and downs. And, I think a lot of our business took off right after conference and everything was going great. And then, let's be honest, we didn't work as hard as we worked right after conference in the summertime. And so it went down. I mean, it was no one's fault but myself. It was nobody's, it wasn't my team's fault. It was nothing, because I wasn't personally bringing people in. And so I went to Susan and, honestly, I was desperate for answers. I knew that I'm a ItWorks lifer. I'm not going anywhere. But I was to the point of, oh gosh, and I told Kayla a lot of times, and I'm being really raw with y'all. I was like, I'm going to have to find another job. I mean, like this is getting down and this is not going up, and there's not a lot of motivation right now. And, momentum is like, yeah, and our volume is dropping like crazy. And, and across the board, it is with a lot of people. However, it's not with everybody. It's with us that took a break. And it's that simple. We weren't being as consistent as we were right after conference. And so I went and I talked to Susan, and we talked for a really long time, and she gave me some great ideas of different things I could do with my team and all this other kind of stuff. And then I just sort of broke down and I said, Susan, I have till March. And in March, if it doesn't work, like I'm going to have to go find another job. Like I can't keep doing this. Like I'm starting to stressing. I just had a baby. I don't need stress. And she said, that's it, Misty. And I was like, what? And Michael was across the room and he was like, you're giving yourself a second option already. And he said, you don't believe that it can actually happen. And I said, you're right. I said, for so long, I have seen it happen to everyone else. And I know some of you on here right now are thinking this. You watch all these other people promote. You watch all these other people get these huge bonuses. And you're thinking, I know it can happen, but you do not believe that it will happen to you. And that's when it clicked with me. And I was like, you know what? I've said for so long, oh yeah, I'll be there and I'll be ambassador and I'll be Black Diamond one day. And I know that this can happen because it's happened to so many of my friends, but I have not believed that it will, that this is what, I know that this is what God has given us because he continues and continues and continues to show us. And every time I pray about it, it's like, someone calls and says, hey, do you still have those wraps? And, like it has been reaffirmed and reaffirmed and reaffirmed. Yet I still wonder, like, okay, like I'm going to have to go do this or I'm going to have to go do that. And it's really not. It's my own mind. And you guys, if you right now are one person away from Ruby, you want to know why? It's because you believe you can't go Ruby. It has nothing to do with what you're doing or anything. It's just a belief system. And it truly is real. And that is what will make or break your business. It's all about you, and it's about how you grow yourself. And so one thing that Denise was talking about today that I loved is that she said, you have to look at social media, and somebody asked a question, and they said, I've been in the business for a year and I don't have any DTs, and I post a lot, and I talk to, tons of people a day. And, the first thing she said was posting isn't enough. Like, that's just take it as it is. Posting is not enough. Posting is not opening your doors for business. It's just advertising that you're there. That's it. It's not going to work though. And then she said, you really have to look at you as a person. Do people like you? Like, do people want to be around you? And that was sort of hard to hear. I mean, like, I think I'm a likable person. I mean, I like myself, but you never know what other people are thinking. And she said, a lot of us need to go to work on ourselves. Like, you need to, like, really prep on yourself and work on yourself, because if you're not likable and you're not trustworthy and people don't want to follow you and be around you, that's your issue. It's not that you're not putting in the work. It's not that you're not asking enough people or whatever. It's just that you haven't earned like a trustworthiness with people. And so, some of us may need to do some personal development, and we may need to start getting in the books and reading how to be our best self. It's, all of us are capable of doing this business. It's the only thing is that some of us won't do what it takes to do this business. And so, I'm not a big reader or anything, but I have made myself here lately listen to books on tape. Like, I put my headphones in and I just try to go, okay, I'm sending people messages, and I'm sending people messages that I don't really have to think about what I'm doing. And so I'm listening to things constantly going in my head telling me, you can do this. Like, you have to put in the effort. You have to put in the work.
And it is. I mean, you have to plant those seeds, and you have to know, guys, like, some of you have just started. I mean, you are like literally a month or two in the business, and you are sending me messages and you're like, I'm posting and it's not working. And guys, like, it takes time. Like, this is a business. It's just like if you opened up your own restaurant, okay? You're not going to go through all this work, open up your own restaurant, and then, you might have a slow day at the restaurant and say, oh, well, I'm just going to close the doors because I've had a slow day and no one wants to eat here today, so I'm going to close the doors. Like, you have to keep going. This is a business. Just like if you opened up your own restaurant or hair salon or clothing store, you've got to give it time. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yeah, and you can't get down, like, you're going to, one of the other questions that Denise was asked was, how do I motivate my team? I have people dropping off my team. And she said, some will, some won't. Who cares? Go to the next person. Mm-hmm. You cannot motivate someone that is not willing to work for their own dreams.
And that's why it's so important to have sideline friends, because your business,
yes,
you will go through that. Like, you might think, well, I've got this tight group and we're all local and this and that. Well, guess what? Like, your Emerald, that was your local person that you thought you could trust or go to, they're going to quit. Like, they might. And so you've got to have sideline friends to go to when you are going through those ups and downs. You're venting to someone other than your team. It is not healthy to vent to your team. Okay. So go find a sideline friend.
Yeah. Yeah, and you need to, the Sideline Sisters will literally keep your sanity in check, mm-hmm. because, like, the thing is that it's hard for me to go to Brooke, and I've told Brooke this. Wait a second, I gotta do, where's this Patsy? It's hard for me to go to Brooke and get advice sometimes on stuff because she makes money off of me. It's plain and simple. you know, and so I know that with some of our team, I'm like, get sideline sisters, because I don't ever want them to think that, you know, if they came to me and asked me something that I would like make my decision on a way that can make me more money. I wouldn't, because I want people to do this business right. I want them to make money. But like, you need people in your business to keep you sane, and that is not on your team, above or below you. Like, you need those people. And some of you guys are super, super, super close. You know, some of you guys may be family and everything. That's great. But you need people in your business that are not on your team that you can bounce ideas off
I mean,
of.
you can get all these names on here right now, and you can be friends with each other. I mean, this is just, having these Zoom calls is such a great way to, you know, meet people across the board.
Absolutely. Okay, I have a bunch of kids starting to cry and everything now. Okay, baby. I was going to say something else, and my thought has gone. Kayla, make up time real quick, because it's coming to my brain.
I was just going to say, like, whatever, you know, here we are. What is today? The 14th. We're about midway through the month. You guys, like, don't let these next 2 weeks go by and just sit back and wait for something to happen. Like you've got to take action. And like, you know, I'm thinking about the months that I was going for a promotion. Like, there was no wasted minute. Like, I've got to get back to that. Like, I've got to be messaging more people. I've got to be talking to more people. I get that. Like, I am speaking to the choir. Like, I know. But I'm thinking back at the times when I was really going for that promotion. You know, I had that promotion in my mind. I was going for it. You know, those months, guys, like Brooke said, you know, I didn't sleep. You know, I was waking up earlier. I was going to bed later. I was getting up. If my phone rang in the middle of the night or dinged or whatever at 4 a.m, I was jumping up out of bed and messaging that person back immediately. And so if you are going for a promotion, whether it's Ruby or Diamond, Double Diamond, whatever, Emerald, or even just getting in the 400 club, like, you've got to take action. No one cares about your paycheck as much as you do, and no one cares about your promotion as much as you do. And so you've got to just get out there and make it happen. The more people you talk to, the better chance you're going to have of, you know, accomplishing that promotion.
Yeah. And the thing is that if you are feeling like I don't have anybody to talk to, walk outside your door. Go to Walmart, go to Target, go somewhere.
Go meet other moms, go to the park.
Yeah, there's billions of people in this world. You have people to talk to. I have people every day that's like, yeah, I talked to 2 people, they don't want to buy a wrap, and I don't think I can do this business. And I'm like, you're letting 2 people out of billions in this world decide if you want to do a business or not. Like, that's ludicrous to me. So I know what I was going to say now, and before it leaves my mind again, because, oh dear God, it's already starting to leave my mind again. For those of you in this business, and when you have somebody come into this business, you need to tell them they have to give it a year. Like, you have to stay in this business for a year. You want to know why? Because every single person, the reason that all of us are still in it, you know, Kayla's been in it 2 years, I've been in it 3 years, Brooke's almost 4 years. You want to know a secret of ours is whenever, like I told Kayla today, whenever anybody asks me to do a phone call with them, a 3-way call, automatically the person that I'm on the phone with, I befriend them. Simply because of what happened today. 2 different people. Hey, I'm interested in ItWorks. You talked to me with so-and-so about a year ago, and, you know, they're not doing it anymore, but I think I want to join. This is why, guys, it takes time. You cannot wait on them, but sometimes the people that take a little bit of time are your rock stars. I watched Brooke for 9 months. Kayla, how long did you watch Brooke?
Year and a half.
Yeah. Guys, people are watching
with her. Yeah. And I mean, I've been seeing her stuff for a year and a half, and I never liked her commenting on her post.
Yeah, I never liked her comment on anything either. So just know that what you're doing, just because you may not be getting the results that you want right now, doesn't mean that your business isn't growing. You're just planting those seeds and planting those seeds and planting those seeds, and eventually the harvest will come and it will boom and it will go crazy. You just have to give it enough time. And if you are sitting here and you're going, well, I've been in it a couple months, you know, I don't think this is for me, I don't think it's going, like, be realistic. my husband, he's had his own small business, and like, you know, it's been 3 years and we're just now starting to take an income off of him. Like, you have to be realistic. This is a business. So use this promotion right now while you have it. Really talk to people. If somebody says they don't have the $99, use the sense of urgency. You want people to get in right now. You do not want them to wait until Saturday, because you want them to be able to use this promotion for themselves too. So you want them to be able to turn around, and you can use this. You can say, hey, you're going to get $100 right off the bat from selling your wraps. Then if they've never tried wraps, get them to do a full treatment, that second box of wraps on themselves, so they get their results. Their results are going to pay them more over the long run than use those 4 wraps. If they've used wraps and they already have their own results and everything, get them to sell them so they get quick money. That's $100. Use Wrap Cash to lead. Like, stop talking about these $1,000 of bonuses and talk about you can make $100 in Wrap Cash. Like, $100 in Wrap Cash to me when I first started was huge. So bring it back to the basics. Stop talking about these thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. It's not realistic. Don't talk about anything over 500. Like, keep it basic. And then use this promotion, like, run after it. Contact as many people as you can contact. I reached out to 583 people today while I had my little baby here nursing him. So you guys, you've got to take massive action. Out of the 583 people that I reached out to today, I have 16 that have messaged me back. Not all of them are interested. Some of them are interested in products. Some of them are interested in, you know, learning more about the business. They may or may not sign up right now, but still, that's 16 people that I didn't have this morning. So you have to take massive action. What are you going to do? You are the only one that cares about your paycheck. Like, you care about your paycheck more than anybody else. So work at it like that way, because your paycheck can be as big or as little as you want it to be, but if you're not willing to put in the work, it's not going to happen. So my babies are crying, and y'all are all freezing up because your faces have been like this the whole time. So I don't really know if you're even listening to me anymore. You know?
Yeah, we were.
But
we can hear you.
I love you guys. I hope y'all have a great night. This is recorded, so as soon as Kayla gets it downloaded, we'll put it on all the places. So,
All right.
love you guys.
Thank you so
Mwah. Have a great
much.
night. Thank you guys.